Hey everyone, this is Screwnails, and I'm here today with a budget Prank Hits deck profile with the splash of Invoked. And you know, the reason why we're playing a Prank Hits Invoked deck is mainly because, you know, Thunder Dragon Colossus is like $50, and I'm not trying to spend $50 on just one card when most of these cards you can get for $50. See, you can probably get the whole Prank Hit core for $50 or even less. But anyway, before I start rambling anymore, let's just get right into it. Man, okay, I already messed up. Let's see. We got 3 Prank Hits drops these, and the reason why you play 3 is because you Confusion your Link, and then you gain 1,000 life points, and then you can special summon another Prank Hits monster other than Dropsies. Play 3 Fansies because you can link Infusion, discard a Prank Hits card from your deck, and then special summon a Prank Hits monster from hand or deck. You play 3 Lampsies because you can Fusion your Link, summon with this and use this material, inflict 500 damage, and then you can special summon another Prank Hits other than Lampsies. You got 3 Prank Hits Roxy's. And you play 3 of because you can discard 1 card in your hand that you don't like, and then draw another card, and then special summon a Prank Hits monster other than Roxy's, if you do. But it is not a good card to have if they try to ash you, because then you would just banish a random card for no reason. And I don't know about you, but I like to keep my resources unless I have to discard it. So, you know, Roxy's good. Not the best, but it's good. Speaking of Ash, you play 2 Ashes. And why do you play 2 Ashes? Because it's the best hand trap in the game. And, you know, Degeneracy is gonna be in every format, no matter what, so you gotta have 2. At least 2. You can also, you know, replace 2 Ashes with 3 Effect Veilers. Or 3 Ashes for, instead of just 2, you just put 1 of these Effect Veilers. But Effect Veiler is good. Why do you play Effect Veiler? Well, you play Effect Veiler because there's one FTKs, and Effect Veiler is really good against FTKs. It's pretty good against a lot of stuff. You know, it's a good one. Plus, it's a light monster, and there's some light monsters in your extra deck, if you know what I mean. You play 1 Alistair. You only need 1 because you can float this pretty well. This thing is gonna be in your face for a minute. Play King of the Swamp. Why do you play 1 King of the Swamp? Well, King of the Swamp is a good card, but you don't really need to see polymerization that much, you know? It's good if you can, you know, have it in your hand early on and you don't have a polymerization, but it's not really a necessary component in your combos. So, I mean, if you have this in your hand and a Roxy's and you already have a polymerization, just get that shit out of here. Just, you know, grab some rocks, throw it out. You got a 3 Instant Fusion. You play 3 Instant Fusion, and the reason why you play 3 Instant Fusion is because you lose 1,000 points. Oh no, well, I mean, 1,000 points, what? I lose 1,000 points? Why do I need to lose 1,000 points? Well, you can lose 1,000, but you get to fusion summon something that's level 5 or lower. And usually, when you fusion summon something, you don't try to keep it out when you have an instant fusion. You see, what you do is you try to tribute, because all of the extra deck from prank hits, you can tribute and get stuff back from your graveyard, or get some effects and stuff in addition to that. So you play 3 Call by the Grave, and 3 of these because there's a lot of graveyard degeneracy and also a lot of hand traps. So, somebody's trying to, ash your Roxy's, and you have a Call by the Grave, use that thing. Three polymerization because you can search it with your King of the Swamp. But you can also, if you do have this in your hand, you can obviously fusion summon during your turn from your hand or your field. And it's a good card to have during your turn. Then you got 3 prank hit pranks. 3 of these because, prank hits pranks, it gives you a token in exchange for 1 prank hit. Oh, well, you would think, oh, well, that's not that good. It's not really that good of a card. But the thing is, you can still use that, token. Even though you can't fusion summon with it, you can use that token for a link summon. And if you do grab that token, you can recycle 3, not 1, not 2, 3 prank hits into your deck. I don't know about you, but that sounds like a pretty good card to me. Three place because you get a free prank hit, and when you do fusion or link summon, you fusion summon, your opponent loses 500 attack. If you link summon, you gain 500 attack. So if you link and you fusion, you basically can attack your opponent pretty easily. If you got a 3000 monster that you're fighting against, you can bring that bad boy down to 250, knock that bad boy out. Kind of bad when they ash you, but that's why you play Call by the Grave. Three prank hits fusion, or prank hits Pandemonium because it's a fusion. Quick play fusion, you can use it during your opponent's turn, and it's pretty good if you have like a board of like Lampsies, Dropsies, and Fansies, because you can just if they look like they're threatening, all you have to do is just bust their board open with that Battle Butler. 2 fusion recycling plants because you want to see your fusion materials go back and recycle. 2 invocation because it's a good card to have. You can fusion material from your hand, or you can banish material from your opponent's side of the field or graveyard, or your graveyard too. And pretty good card to have. So I mean, if you don't have an invocation in your hand, and you do have an Alistair, what you can do is you can put that Alistair down, find your invocation, banish that Alistair, grab your Alistair back after shuffling this back in, and the combo continues next turn if you can. 2 terraforming. You play 2 terraforming because you can look for your fusion or your field spells. So you get your Magical Meltdown, your fusion recycling plant, or you can get your Prank Hits Place, all for 1 card. Magical Meltdown. We were just talking about this card. Magical Meltdown is a good card when you don't have your Alistair in your hand, and your opponent looks like it's threatening. See, what I do is I see this, I look at their board, and if they try to like have that board really messed up, you just attack them, you know, keep attacking. Okay, anyway, Pranky's plan, you know, you play one of these because you should, honestly, seeing two of these is annoying. It's really not that good to keep out there. I mean, it's just like, it's like Prankid's, Prankid's place. And the reason why is because, you know, it recycles your material after link summoning. So, good card to have. Extra deck, 2 dual do, you only need 2. This doesn't have a quick play spell, so it's not really that good, other than like grabbing extra material back from your graveyard. And when you link summon with this, you can also get a spell card from your deck, or a spell or a trap from your deck. Two Balwa Bark. You play 2 Balwa Bark because you have your quick play spell on here, and you know, quick play, you can, you know, tribute this card, and then your monster, your Prankid monsters can be affected by, you know, monster effects or spells, I guess, right? Yeah, let me read it real quick. Yep. Can't be destroyed by opponent's card effects this turn. And then you get two of these Prankids. Also, if you have this up here and then you have another Prankid's monster, like let's say you have Prankids this, and then you have this. See, this thing gains 1,000 life, or 1,000 attack. So this isn't at 3,000 attack, it's at 4,000. So, hey, you got a 4,000, like, you know, stick right there, beat stick. You can fuck somebody's shit up. Pretty good. Speaking of Battle Butler, here's the link equivalent. Prankid's Rip-Roaring Roaster. It's a pretty good card to link into. It's really good against Eldergeist. And if they have this target, and you know, they target it with cherries or something, well, you're kind of screwed. At least during that game. But unless you do, you're kind of not that bad off. Play 2 Rocket Ride. Why do you play 2 Rocket Ride? You only play 2 because, you know, you can instant fusion, grab this card, and you can recycle it. You don't need to see this more than once. Trust me, you don't have to, or well, you don't need to see this more than twice. You honestly do not need 3. You have room for other stuff in your extra deck. This only recycles 2 Prankids. It's not the most important thing in your that you have access to. You have 2 Prankid Weather Washer. 2 Weather Washer because it's pretty good to, you know, have the quick play spell, and your opponent can't, well, you can special summon 2 Prankid monsters, and they can't be destroyed by battle. So, pretty good when you tribute it, and really important whenever somebody's trying to, like, OTK you, and you're just like, nah, boy, you can't do that. 1 Prankid's Battle Butler. You can recycle this. You don't need to make more than 1 per game. If you make this and you don't win the game by the time you make it, I'm sorry. But I guess it's not in the cards for you, man. You play 1 Totally Awesome. And it's hard to make this card. I tried it, and I have not made this once. I have had this card for a while, and I still haven't made it with my Prankids, and yeah, it's kind of hard. I'm kind of thinking whether or not I should, you know, get rid of it or not. Got 1 Borolo Dragon. one bore load because, you know, good to play against your Thunders, although they do have a way around it, but it's really good, you know, I mean, I'm just gonna say, I almost beat one Thunder Dragon at locals, you know, but I called by the grave her stuff twice, and yeah, she said that it was like a hand effect or something like that. You know, I'm not gonna get into it. I'm just gonna say I had two Call by the Graves in my hand, only two cards that she had in her hand. I stole her Colossus, and I beat her up with it, and then all of a sudden she's just like, she got upset about it. But whatever, I don't care. I could have won that game because of it, but it's not that important. We're not gonna get to it. You have an invoked Coitus, Cocket, whatever. Okay, the invoked water monster. I'm not gonna fucking say it for you guys. You guys can just imagine it. Or, if you want, in the comments you can make fun of the fact that I say Coitus or Kaya, whatever, wrong. But anyway, you play one of these because you have a Dropsies, and it's pretty easy to, you know, get this out if you have a Prinkets. You got your Purgatrio. I'm honestly thinking about replacing any of my invoked with this, like 2 of these Purgatrios, and maybe just a Earth monster. But this was a really good card during the game because when I was playing a mirror match against a Prinkets deck and I was bricking like crazy, or I wasn't able to get my resources out in time, and he got like a full hand of good stuff, I saved my ass with using Purgatrio because they had all these Prank-Kid monsters, and I just kept beating up his stuff. And yeah, we tied, but hey, props to you, Prank-Kids guy. Was a good match. I liked it, you know, but I feel like I should play 2 of these because it's a really good card. I love Purgatrio. And then you play 1 Makaba. You have a Effect Veiler in here, so if you accidentally draw 2 Effect Veiler, you can make a Makaba with one of them. And you know, if you can, use your Effect Veiler when you can. And yeah, it's pretty good. You know, stops your opponent's graveyard activations. Right? Let me see. Yeah, it negates an activation of stuff, and then you can banish it, which is good, but also kind of bad because if you play against Thunder Dragons, they get some of their effects go off when they get banished, so kind of sucks, but hey, you gotta do it sometimes. Alright, and since this is getting too long, I'm going to, oh yeah, okay. Alright, I'm gonna get into the extra, or side deck. So, side deck, Fusion, Recycling Plant, 3D Synchro, because, you know, it's good to do stuff with that. 1 Monster Reborn, 1 for wine, because you play a lot of wines. Flash Fusion, 2 of them, because sometimes it's good to have as many of those as possible. And then you get 2 Prank-Kids Plan in addition, just in case you need it, because sometimes you get stuff messed up. Then you got a Radigen, Caliga, Rip-Roaring Roaster, 2 of them, a Best Dweller for mirror matches, Prank-Kids Battle, or Prank-Kids Rocket Ride for whatever reason you need it, to make it pure, I guess, and then another Doodle-Doodle in case you need it during your next game. I mean, I guess you can use it if you don't really like the Invoked Engine that much. And that's about it. Yeah, that's all. If you like this this deck profile, give that shit a like. You know, comment all the bullshit that you hear from me. You know, if you don't like my stuff, be vocal about it. I can take criticism. I'm not gonna be hurt. If you like it, let me know too. Be sure to like. Be be sure to subscribe. Alright, well, have a nice day.